Hi everyone, it's Rob here. I just want to give you a brief look at the new Vines pack now available on Studio.com. The Vines pack, it's a GDS Plus pack, which means that you can fully edit and fully adjust all the features of the Vines. So in this video I'll be showing you exactly what's included in the pack and what you can do with it. I've already downloaded the pack to my desktop. Here it is, the Vines, and we're going to open the GDS Plus file included with the pack. If you can't be bothered with GDS Plus, as always, you've got the PNG files as well as the SVG files. So let's go ahead and open the GDS Plus file. I'm going to go to GDS Plus. I'll use this link from the site and I'll launch GDS Plus. There we go. Let me put it on full screen. I didn't put it on full screen on the last video I did. There we go. So GDS Plus is now asking us to load the file. So I'm going to go ahead and load the Vines file. And it was on the desktop. There it is, Vines. So I'm looking for the GDS Plus folder. There it is, GDS Plus Vines, vines.gds. And I'm going to load them. As you can see, it's loaded the Vines onto the scene. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is change this from blue because it looks like it's selected. Let's go to scene settings and I'm just going to set it to white. There we go. I don't like that. Maybe that. It makes no difference what colour your background is. I'll just set it to that white. That'll do. Okay then, so each vine is fully editable. Let's take a look at this one, for example. Let's move it over here. And you can see that we can turn off the leaves and we can turn off the fibres. I think they're called fibres, those little curly strands. If you want to edit the colours of the vine, components of the vine have been separated into the global colour. Oh, I didn't have the hue on the strokes. Global colour. We can adjust the colour of the leaves. We can adjust the colour of the fibres. Or we can just do the vine. So with these colour groups, you're free to make any colour combination you want. Actually, before we continue, I'm going to re-establish the colours on this. Re-establish. There we go. Okay, so the vines tile, so you can make any length vine that you need just by popping them one over the other. Let's get the vine end. There you go. Actually, that's a nicer end for a wiggly vine. Let's move that one over there. Let's pop this over there. There you go. So you can make vines that span the entire length from top to bottom of your game scene. Let's have a check. Let's pop that over there. Let's make another one. If you want a straight vine, use this piece. Just for variation, I'm going to flip that. Let's bring in some vines that hang and droop. Okay, so if you're making a physics game, or you need a game that relies on some kind of physics or animation in your game, we can add a broken vine with this vine end. If you need a vine that overhangs something flat, we can use these vines. Let me just move these out of the way. I'm going to bring in a piece of tiling land. Let's bring this in. So if you want your vine to, move that to the back. If you want your vine to overhang something, we can position the vine like so. Okay. These vines, they'll wrap around let's bring in a let's just bring in a rectangle just so we can see. So if you've got a tree or a rock and you want to add vines to it, you can use these wraparound vines. All these vines are vectors, so you've got infinite scaling with lossless resolution. So if you want to make them really big to cover your whole scene, you can. All the stroke weights on the vines are fully adjustable. So depending on the style of your scene, you can adjust the stroke. Well, you don't even have to have a stroke. If you're making, if the rest of your assets in your level don't have strokes, then you can turn the strokes off to make all the artwork fit together. Or you can just have very thin strokes. It all depends entirely on what your existing artwork is like in your game. Or you can have massive, really thick, bold strokes. Okay, so let's have a look at making some new colours with GDS. Just move that over here. Let's craft a single vine with a nice colour. Oh, I don't like that there. Let me just fix that first. Let's get rid of that. So here's a vine grouping. Let's make a nice colour vine. So I'm just going to single this vine out here, and let's start with the master. What colour leaves? Yeah, maybe orange leaves. Let's change the actual vine. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I can see that working. Oh wait, I like that vine colour. Let's try the leaves. Yeah, I think that's quite striking. Okay, so I like this vine colour. What I want to do now is apply this to these. So we can't use the master colour. If we select the master colour and we copy that, you'll see that it doesn't change them all. So the best thing to do is select the vine, copy the vine, and go through and add the vine. Select the vine, paste it in, select the vine, you can't multi-select and do this with a multi-select format because every component that you bring in to GDS Plus will have different color group names, so it's not really functionality that I can add to a multi-select. So for now, the best way to do this is manually, but it doesn't really take that long. Okay, so I'm going to do the same for the leaves now. This is the leaf color that I like. I'm going to grab this leaf color, so I'll select the leaf color group and look at what I applied. So the only thing I changed here was a hue, which I set to 167. The saturation and the luminance wasn't set. So let's copy to the clipboard this value, and let's go through, select the leaves and paste in that value. Leaves, paste it in. Leaves, paste in. So I suppose this is a bit of a boring video, but as you can see, it's not actually that time consuming if you need to do it yourself. Oh, I forgot to do those. I'll do the leaves now. So again, I'll get the vine, the setting that I applied to the vine, select the vine on this one and apply it, select the vine on this and apply. Right, so now I've got a nice little grouping of vines in the colour that I want. The copy and paste works across, the hue, saturation, copy and paste works across scenes. So if I duplicate this scene again, if I load in the vines again, I select this vine for example. Oh, I can't remember what I last selected, let's paste that in. Was that it? Yeah, I think that was it. Let's get the leaves. What did I apply to the leaves? Oops, don't need to do that. So yeah, it works like that. Let's set this back to normal. So before I wrap up, there's one more thing I want to show you. Down in the bottom of the leaf pack, you can see you've got individual leaves. If you want to make your own vine styles, you can turn off the leaves and then just position the individual leaves to make your own vines. There we go. And if you want to export that as a PNG and import it into your game engine, you can use the export PNG tool. You don't need to export through here. We'll use the export PNG tool and just draw a box around the export area, and let's save it in the vines pack. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's go and have a look how that turned out. So there you go. That's a crystal clear vine. Let's go back to the original file and move them over. So once you've changed all your modifications and done everything, you'll probably just want to import them straight into your game engine and build your vines out in the game engine. The GDS Plus really will serve to allow you to add these vines to other game assets or do all your manipulation before you bring it into the game engine. So those are the vines. Thanks for watching. Bye.